Hey guys, drove around for a couple days. These tires look amazing, but they don't ride all that amazing. So, if you noticed in the last video, I had issues with balancing these things, which is expected for bigger tires. The only one that did balance to 0, which in other words means okay on the balancing machine, was this one, this front left one. I was able to balance it on both sides, and I rode great for a while. Then I was driving down the road, and I realized I heard one of the weights fall off and hit the bottom of my rocker panel. So there goes that. So I don't like dealing with these tape weights. Not to mention I have freaking 10 pounds worth on each one, as you can see. But I think I'm gonna try something different. I've seen a lot of guys do the airsoft BB trick. So they divide it into 4 cups. They recommend about 6 ounces in each wheel. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And it should self-balance due to the centripetal force of the tire itself. But to do this, you have to take the weights off of the rim. Otherwise, if you put these in there, the rim will be off balance. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that. And when I put that on, I'm gonna take it for a ride and see how it drives. Some guys, they say these airsoft BBs won't work. They have to get the steel BBs or the BBs that are made specifically for this, that they put in school buses and other bigger vehicles. But this is all I can find, so I'm going to see how these work out. Not to mention I work at a tire shop, so it's easy for me to do stuff like this. So I'm going to put these on, and I'll show you guys the results. Oops. Alright guys, here's the weight before. So this is the result with tape weights and BBs. These are the results with just the BBs and without the tape weights. Alright, so let's do a little bit of talking. So you guys saw the results. Does it work? According to the balancer, it does not. But you can't always go off of that because the balancer doesn't spin at high enough speeds in order for the BBs to get in the correct position in order to find the low spots of the tire, which is basically what they do. Apparently with the BB trick, they work at higher speeds and going faster. It shakes a little bit, but it's better. So some people recommend putting 6 ounces, 3 ounces, 12 ounces. I guess it depends on the size of the tire. 6 ounces is recommended by a lot of Jeepers, so I went with that. But consider the condition of the tires, you know, what shape they're in, like that cupping issue I have going on. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of vibration, but that test you guys saw, I did a little bit of an experiment. I decided to rotate one tire with the BBs only, and without the BBs and the weights. Then I did another one with the BBs and the weights, and they all showed up about the same. I can't give it my full opinion yet because I haven't driven it long enough. I really need to take this thing on the freeway. But I decided to lower my tire pressure to 32, even though the tire recommends 35 psi. But I think lower tire pressure should help with overinflation, and plus it'll reduce wear by a lot. So I'm gonna try that, and I'm gonna drive this thing around for a couple days, and I'll get back to you guys and let you know if it's any better. Alright guys, drove around for a bit. It's been a couple days. I took at freeway speed, over 55 miles an hour. I wouldn't say it's better than the weights, but it definitely helps out. Around 45 miles an hour is where it starts wobbling the most, but under that and over that is pretty good. So the worst part is when I'm doing about 45 miles an hour on the road. That's when it shakes the most, and then it stops around 55 miles an hour. But if you're gonna do a lot of in-town driving, I probably put weights on there still, but add the BBs with the weights. The weights seem to do a pretty good job. It wobbled a little bit, but that's expected for big tires. But also I'm running stock rims, which is only 7 inches wide, and the tire is 12.5 inches wide, so it's a big difference there. So it's a little hard to balance a tire that's wider than the offset of the rim. Not to mention, like I said, the condition of these tires. Even these have a little bit of cupping in them, which for the price, I can't really beat it. Overall, they look good. I decided to air the pressure down to 25 psi, which actually helped out a lot with the vibration and the wobbling, because most of my wobbling and vibration is coming from the front, which is common on Jeeps like this. So I'm gonna see if I can balance the front tires, either with weights or I can put more BBs in. I was reading up on the forum, and guys were telling you the ounces to put in there. In the forum I read, it says 6 ounces, so I measured 6 ounces in a measuring cup. You guys saw in the last clip of me measuring, I got a half cup and 1/4 of a cup, which is 3/4 of 8 ounces, which is also 6 ounces. But again, those are fluid ounces, so I'm not sure how much different it is from regular ounces. But a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll take the entire bottle right here filled with these BBs, and they'll divide it evenly into 4. And I didn't do that. I still got half a bottle left, so I'm going to try and use the rest of these beads and see if that makes a difference, because it vibrates pretty bad. But I think the BBs are definitely helping out, because otherwise it'll be a lot worse. You guys saw in the last clip how my phone was shaking really bad against the dash. But I'm going to go ahead and try that, and if that doesn't work, I might put weights in the front. I don't really care about the back as much. I don't feel a whole lot of vibration back there, but definitely in the front. But first things first, I'm going to try this and hopefully do it the right way this time. Alright, go freeway speed. Hopefully the pavement will be smooth enough to where it won't knock my phone over. But I put the rest of the jar in there. I had 6 ounces there before. I put about 6 more in, around the same amount, so I have about 12 ounces in each tire now. It shakes a lot less. I'm impressed. It doesn't do it around the sweet spot anymore. It goes around 40, 45, and it'll go away around 50, and it's pretty much smooth all the way around. But I'm doing 55 right now. It shakes a little bit, but I mean, I'm happy with the results. I mean, I'm satisfied with it. It's way better than it was. I might balance the front still, because I do a lot of road driving. I think that would help out a ton, but the BBs definitely made a difference. But I wouldn't say it completely gets rid of it, but it definitely gets rid of most of it. So I'm gonna, I got a half-hour drive ahead of me. I'm gonna take it at variable speeds and see how it does throughout the trip. Alright, I'm home from the drive. It did pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. I wouldn't say I'm 100% satisfied, but it's a lot better than what it was. So I guess the more BBs you put in there, the better it balances, or I guess it varies on the size of the tire. But they say if you're running 35s, they recommend about 8 ounces. So I have about, I guess 12 ounces or 12 quote-unquote fluid ounces that I've measured. But it's doing pretty good. I still might balance the front. I'm not sure yet, but It does really good for city driving. If you're a city driver, then this is probably recommended for you. But if you're going to be doing a lot of freeway driving, you should probably still balance your rims just a little bit. But the BBs definitely help out. Around 35, 40, 45, 50, somewhere in there. Usually between 40 and 45 is where it was the worst. Like, it would shake really bad. And that's usually my most consistent speed I drive most of the time. But it doesn't shake at that speed anymore, which makes me really happy because I do a lot of city driving as well. But it still shakes a little bit at higher speeds, like around 65, 70, but just a little bit. But I can live with that. I don't usually drive that fast in this thing. But as long as it's fixed around 40, 45, which is my local driving. But it did pretty good. I'm happy with it. So, yeah. I wouldn't say this is a how-to video. This is more of a trial and error type video. But if you like it, you think it helped you out a bit, go ahead and give you a thumbs up. And if you guys had any similar experiences, let me know in the comments. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.